Hi, I'm Erin Gardner from Erin Bakes, and welcome to my studio. This is my WorkBox. I'll open it up for you. This is where I keep all of my cake decorating supplies, my tools, and everything I need to write my blog posts and create my video tutorials. I've had my WorkBox for about a month now, so we're still getting to know each other, but it's definitely been a very positive relationship so far. This little spot I've been using for my cutting boards and cooling rack. And then up here I've got these Velcro see-through bags. I had been experimenting with different things in these bags, and I think what I've landed on as the perfect use for them for what I do is small cutters, because when I have an idea or I'm working on a project, I really don't like having to root through piles of cutters. So I think this is going to be a great solution for me, especially for tiny cutters, so that way I can just look up, I can see what I have, and I can pull it and use it as needed. Another great storage solution that the WorkBox has provided me with are these large bins. I do a ton of work with chocolate and coating chocolate, so I like to have all of my colors kept separate. And also, if you've ever worked with candy melts or chocolate, you know you're left with little bags and little random bits of colors as you've completed projects. So these bins are great. I just have a color per bin, and that way if I've got closed bags, that's fine. Or if I've got little random bits left over, they all go in that bucket and I know exactly where they are. Now when I'm shooting the finished product, like the finished cake or a finished cake slice or cupcake, I need to use lots of props to help enhance the image. I want it to look like it's at the fun and festive party that I hope people are making my cakes and different tutorials for. This is my confetti bin, which is kind of fun. I've got all different kinds of shredded confetti, large, big lips. Up here I've got some of my background props like garlands, big chunky pom-poms, all sorts of fun stuff that I can just grab as I need it to put into shots. One of the best parts of the WorkBox has been sprinkle storage solution. For anyone who uses a lot of sprinkles, these long, thin bins are just absolutely perfect. For sprinkles that come in containers that don't quite work with that, I've been transferring them over to these adorable little baby mason jars that I found that fit absolutely perfect in the long skinny bins. In the middle of my WorkBox, I've got a variety of different things that I use on a daily basis. I keep some of my recipe books and idea books here, my pens and other office supplies, and then I also have nicely organized all of my fabrics that I use as backgrounds or surfaces sometimes, and then all of my fun placemats and tablecloths in all different kinds of bright colors. Underneath here, there's an ample amount of storage, and this is kind of where I keep the stuff that's not so cute, but is definitely necessary. Over here on the other side of my WorkBox, I have these long skinny bins, and these have been great for storing a lot of my cake decorating tools and supplies. I've got here all of my different straws and lollipop sticks, all in one spot so that way I can get the color that matches my project. Stencils for stenciling on cakes and cookies. This way they're nice and flat. I've been kind of playing around with different ways of using these skinny slots. One of the best uses I've found is for my little cake pans, which is a really great way to keep them nice and organized. And then I also have, in these long skinny bins, my washi tape. And I'll use these in shots, like if I'm taping up a little sign or just need a little cute touch of something. I also personally use them because besides being a cake decorator, I also am a planner addict. So I'll use these when I'm planning out my week, doing my schedules for myself and my shooting and my kids and personal life too. This little area has been perfect for me to keep all of my food coloring. I use larger bottles of gel coloring because I go through a lot of it. So this is a great spot for these. Scissors and just a little unicorn cutter because he's super cute. And then up here I've got my food pens. And then up here I've just been kind of keeping like my little notepad to grab just cards and personal stuff that I like to have out so that I can look up at it when I'm working. And then on my drawers, I haven't really decided what goes in each of these drawers yet, but I collect the fortunes from my Chinese fortune cookies. And I've got those in there just as sweet little reminders to look at throughout the day. And last but not least, up above my workbox, I have an assortment of prints and images and kind of fun things that are just important to me. I think in any creative space, it's so important to have things around that inspire you or that you can look at and make you feel happy. Like a giant cover of my book, which makes me super happy. The wooden cake sign that hung above my wedding cake shop. Just nice little things to look up at while I'm working throughout the day. So thanks so much for joining me on my studio tour today. I hope you enjoyed seeing where I work. And if you have any questions, you can find me at Erin Bakes. Thanks so much.